The Obi-Wan Kenobi series is a little over 1 month away. To prepare, I read back through John Jackson Miller's excellent novel, Kenobi, because ever since the series was announced, fans have been wondering what, if anything, the series would borrow from a seemingly similar Star Wars Legends story. If you haven't read it, it recently got a re-release as part of the Essential Legends collection, but I'm going to get into some spoilers here. Shortly after arriving on Tatooine, Obi-Wan Kenobi becomes involved in the lives of the people in a nearby settlement. He learns that one of the settlers is conning the other members of the community by faking Tusken Raider attacks so they will then pay him for protection services. Obi-Wan exposes the plot and even helps some of the actual Tuskens who had become victims themselves after the false raids. The book is very much about Obi-Wan learning to live a smaller life in hiding while still serving the light side. He has an important mission, yes, but he refuses to stand by and do nothing in the face of injustice. So, will anything from the book Kenobi appear in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series? Or for that matter, will we see references to other stories from this time period? Will we see Ferris Olin or Asherad Het? I really doubt it. First of all, most major legend stories about Obi-Wan's time on Tatooine take place closer to Revenge of the Sith within his first 2 years of exile. The series will take place 10 years after Episode 3. But more importantly, from what we've seen in the teaser trailer and what we've read about the series, it sounds like Obi-Wan is going to be in a different place mentally. In Legends books and comics, he seemed to adjust to his new mission fairly well. I don't think that's going to be the case in his live-action return. In Entertainment Weekly, Ewan McGregor said, "Obi-Wan is lost. He's a broken man after what happened with the Jedi Order at the end of Episode 3, but also what happened with Anakin, that he lost him to the dark side. He feels an enormous amount of responsibility for that, and guilt." Obi-Wan has been dealing with that guilt for a decade. I'm expecting he is throwing himself fully into protecting Luke Skywalker and probably not much else. In the novel Kenobi, we see him setting up his hut and some level of comfort, but images from the series suggest he is literally living alone in a cave and wandering out just for essentials. I don't think he's been having too many adventures on his own. I think the series might conceptually have some similarities with the novel. I absolutely think we'll see Obi-Wan grapple with and overcome his guilt. I think we will see a Jedi trying to balance keeping himself hidden while also fighting for what's right. And hopefully we'll get some scenes where he has to do so covertly without his lightsaber or open use of the Force. Those were some of the standout moments of the book. And at the end, yeah, we might see him finally setting up his home, giving himself some level of comfort, and realizing he doesn't have to punish himself in every way forever. There also might be some very surface-level references to the book. We know Obi-Wan still has an Eopie, so why not name it Rue, like in the novel? We also know for sure Obi-Wan will be hunted by Imperial Inquisitors, which is something he went through in the Legends series The Last of the Jedi with Ferris Olin. We could get some name drops and cheeky callbacks to Legends for sure, but I think it's important to set up the expectation that this series is going to be its own story. It will not be an adaptation of the Kenobi novel or The Last of the Jedi, and I definitely don't think we'll have time to introduce and explain Asherad Het to the bulk of this show's audience who have never touched a Star Wars comic in their life. Even with that as the case, I would still recommend reading Kenobi if you're just bouncing around the room with excitement for the series. I think it's a smaller story than what we'll get on Disney+, but I do think we'll be dealing with similar themes as far as Obi-Wan's internal struggle, and it's just a good book. But that's it for today. Let me know what you're hoping to see in Obi-Wan Kenobi in the comments. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow us on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and consider checking out our Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.